Bonjour et bienvenue à tous. Welcome back to the podcast where we make learning French feel like a fantastic conversation with friends. I'm David.
And I'm Emma. We're thrilled you're here, ready to tackle one of the most natural, most common questions you'll ever be asked when you meet a French speaker.
It's the question that opens up the world. As soon as they hear your accent, they're going to ask you, D'où viens-tu? Or D'où venez-vous? Where are you from?
Exactly. And the truth is, most learners only know one way to answer. They can name their country, but then they get stuck on their nationality or how to talk about cities and prepositions.
That's the hook. There's a crucial grammatical secret hiding in these phrases, especially when you talk about your country. Today, we're unlocking that secret.
We're going to give you all the ways to ask and answer this essential question so you can confidently talk about where you were born, where you live, and what your nationality is. Get ready to share your story in French. Allons-y!
Let's start with the question itself. We have the informal version using the pronoun tu we mastered last time. D'où viens-tu? D''O''U VIENS-TU.
This means, from where do you come? You would use this with a friend, someone your age, or someone who has invited you to use tu. It's friendly and common.
Now for the formal version using vous. D'où venez-vous? D''OUVENEZ-VOUS. You use this with a stranger, a colleague, or a group of people.
Notice how the verb venir, to come, changes. Tu viens versus vous venez. The choice of formality completely changes the verb form. This is why mastering tu and vous is so important.
A more casual way to ask a friend, which you often hear, is just tu viens d'où? No inversion, just a relaxed you come from where.
Now for the answer. This is your moment to shine. The answer always starts with the same simple sentence structure. Je viens de, or je viens du, or je viens de.
Je viens means I come. And then we add the word for from, which is usually de or de. It sounds so simple, but this is where the gender of your country matters.
That's the grammatical secret. In French, every country has a gender. It is either masculine, feminine, or plural. And that gender determines which preposition you use.
Let's start with feminine countries. These are the most common and are usually easy to spot because they end in the letter E. Think of la France, France, or la Chine, China.
For a feminine country, you use the simple de or dup. If you are from France, you say je viens de France. If you are from Italy, which starts with a vowel, you use dup. Je viens d'Italie. Easy.
Next, let's look at masculine countries. These are often countries that do not end in E, like le Canada, Canada, or le Brésil, Brazil.
For a masculine country, the simple preposition de changes. It merges with the masculine article le to become du, du. This is essential.
So, if you are from Canada, you say je viens du Canada. You can't say je viens de le Canada. The two words de and le contract into du.
Another example. Je viens du Japon. I come from Japan. You have to use du for all masculine countries. This is one of the most common A1, A2 mistakes, so master this.
And then we have plural countries, countries whose names end in S, like les États-Unis, the United States, or les Pays-Bas, the Netherlands.
For these plural names, the preposition is des, D-E-S. So if you are from the United States, you say, Je viens des États-Unis. The plural is always des.
Let's recap the 3 key rules for saying where you are from. Je viens de for feminine countries. Je viens du for masculine countries. Je viens des for plural countries. Try saying it aloud with us now. If you are from Germany, l'Allemagne, feminine, you say Je viens d'Allemagne. If you are from Morocco, le Maroc, masculine, you say Je viens du Maroc. If you are from the Philippines, les Philippines, plural, you say Je viens des Philippines. Fantastic! You've nailed the first part of the answer. But what if you are talking about the city where you live, not your entire country? This is much simpler.
When talking about a city, you use the simple preposition a. A with the grave accent. This means at or in. So, if someone asks you, Où habites-tu? Where do you live? Your answer is always J'habite à, and then the name of the city.
The gender of the city doesn't matter. It's always à. For example, J'habite à Paris. I live in Paris. Or J'habite à Londres. I live in London. This is a small relief, isn't it? One simple preposition for all cities. So, you can say Je viens du Canada, mais j'habite à Berlin. I come from Canada, but I live in Berlin. And here is a common, slightly more advanced phrase you'll hear for asking where someone lives. Tu es d'où exactement? You are from where exactly? It's a very casual way of asking.
Okay, we've covered where you come from. Now, let's talk about your nationality. This is where we introduce the concept of agreement.
Your nationality is an adjective in French, and like all French adjectives, it must agree in gender with the person speaking. If you are female, your nationality will be feminine. If you are male, it will be masculine.
The basic structure is je suis, I am, followed by your nationality. Let's take the example of American.
If I am a male, I say Je suis américain. A-M-E-R-I-C-A-N, the masculine form.
If I am a female, I say Je suis américaine. A-M-E-R-I-C-A-N-E. We add an E to the end, and the final N sound is pronounced.
Let's look at another classic example. English. If I am male, I say Je suis anglais. A-N-G-L-A-I-S.
If I am female, I say Je suis anglaise. A-N-G-L-A-I-S-E. We add an E and pronounce the final S sound.
So, the rule for most nationalities is simple. Add an E for the feminine form, and remember that sometimes this addition changes the pronunciation of the last consonant.
Let's try one more. Canadian. Male, Canadien. C-A-N-A-D-I-E-N. Female, Canadienne. C-A-N-A-D-I-E-N-N-E. We double the final N and add the E.
There are a few special ones, like French, male, français, female, française. But the rule of adding the E for feminine holds true for most.
Now let's put the whole package together. Imagine you meet a new French speaker. They ask the informal question, Salut, d'où viens-tu?
You can answer by giving both your nationality and where you live, using all the grammar we just learned.
If I am a woman from Spain, l'Espagne, feminine, living in Rome, I would say, Je suis espagnole. Je viens d'Espagne et j'habite à Rome.
And if I'm a man from Portugal, le Portugal, masculine, living in a country like Poland, la Pologne, feminine, I would say, Je suis portugais. Je viens du Portugal et j'habite en Pologne.
Oh, wait, David, you slipped in a new preposition there, en. That's a little bonus for our listeners. When you talk about living in a country, you often use en for feminine countries. J'habite en Pologne.
You got me. That's a whole lesson for another time. But the main takeaway for today is this. You now know how to ask, where are you from, and answer it with 3 different grammatical rules.
You are equipped to talk about where you come from, du, da, des, where you live, a for cities, and our bonus, en, and what your nationality is, masculine or feminine agreement.
This is a huge step in building your conversation skills. The next time you hear a French speaker, you won't hesitate to tell them your story.
Remember to practice the tricky prepositions de, du, des for your home country. Say it 5 times out loud right now. You can do this.
We're so proud of the progress you're making. Keep speaking French and keep sharing your stories with the world.
Au revoir et à bientôt.
Salut tout le monde!